Welcome to the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.
Hey everybody, welcome to the SportsHub Podcast, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics, Plaza Lincoln, and Plaza Cadillac. I'm your host, Kyle Coopla. Today we are on with East Ridge High School football. We got Head Coach Donnie Burchfield on with us, and we got Karon Palmer Jr., the quarterback of the high school football team. Thanks for coming on, guys.
I appreciate you having us here.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a heck of a start to the season for you guys, 4-0. First time East Ridge has started 4-0 in quite a long time. Coach, talk a little bit about your season so far.
I think the biggest thing is overall we're a young team. I think seeing the kids, play as a family has been like a big thing for us. We've been stressing discipline, discipline on the practice field. I mean, literally practicing like the game, and then we've been stressing family. And I think the big thing is seeing them play as a family has been a huge thing because they want to succeed on the field and they're willing to put in the work.
Yeah, talk about the guy sitting right next to you. I mean, obviously he's having a great start to the season, over 600 yards passing so far this year, 652 yards passing, 12 touchdowns this year as well, 11 through the year, 1 on the ground. He's having a great start to his season. Yeah,
I'm really excited. I mean, Karon, definitely a leader on and off the field. I mean, leads by example and work ethic. Things I like about so far this year is just seeing how he's going out there spreading the ball around. We always talk about, playing for the other people around you, and I think he's done a really good job of playing for the kids around him, the other guys.
Karon, what's it been like kind of getting to East Ridge this year and kind of just gelling with the team to start the season off? Because obviously you guys are off to a big start, 4-0. First time, I think, since 2011, 2012 that this team has done that. There's a lot of excitement around the program right now. Talk a little bit about the first part of the season so far.
It was a big transition coming from Lake Mineola, but we had a lot of time to build chemistry throughout the offseason, put in a lot of hard work, and overall we just...
What's the biggest thing that you kind of have learned so far at East Ridge High School?
I learned how to play for the people around me. Do it for them, not just for myself, and not being selfish.
And you're not just playing for the people around you. I mean, obviously you got a great coaching staff around you, great environment at East Ridge High School. The students are really excited because they're winning football games. What's the environment like at school?
It's very great. We have a lot of supportive people in the stands every time we play.
Yeah, it is. And you see what's going on in the program, too, because you're outscoring opponents 178 to, I believe, 31 so far this season. I mean, you guys are an offensive powerhouse. You brought over Frank Scott. Of course, he's a coach on the team this year. You got a couple of other coaches that you brought over as well. Coach Sauce is on the team this year. So you got a lot of good pieces around these kids, Coach.
Yeah, I think that's the it factor this year was getting the best coaches we possibly could. Going into the offseason, we're like, man, we really need to get the best coaches we can. And Lake County traditionally has been very difficult sometimes to get good coaches because you're competing against the orange counties, these big metropolitan areas that are around you. It's got a lot of resources. I mean, but I think Lake County's done a good job of letting us bring in some good quality coaches, and it's showing. I mean, we talk about the trenches, talk about Sauce. I mean, it don't get no better than Coach Sauce up front. And, Coach Frank Scott, I mean, really we have what I would consider 3 guys, maybe 4 guys that could be head coaches right now on our staff. And, that experience is, just unimaginable. I mean, it's made a big difference. You mentioned
Coach Sauce, too. You mentioned you have a great offensive line this year. Alan Rosado has 8 pancake blocks this season. He's out front. He's leading the charge for you guys. Talk a little bit about that O-line.
I mean, big, physical, overall young. I love that. When I look across the offensive line, I think we're only losing 1 after this year. So, I mean, like the majority of them are coming back. They are definitely a unit. They are definitely a family, how they play for one another, but very physical. And we talk about physicality in the trenches, like to get where we're going, you've got to win in the trenches. And every day we're trying to get the O-line and D-line. And between Coach Sauce and Coach Brown, which, came to us, he was up coaching at Eustis, we have 2 amazing guys that are pushing those guys every day.
And Karon, what's it like to play behind an offensive line like that? Because you get plenty of time in the pocket to be able to pass the ball, because you got a couple of great receivers. Talk about Tony Brown, who's having a great start to his season. 5 touchdowns so far for Tony Brown. Then Lamar Garrison, of course, 11 receptions for 123 yards, 3 touchdowns. So you guys are gelling really well behind that old line.
Yeah, I love those guys. Me and them, we hang out a lot outside of football. We're like a family. They're like my brothers.
How did you get into the sport of football?
I've been playing since I was 6. I've always loved it. My dad used to play it.
Yeah, so you kind of just got into it. And how did you choose quarterback? How did you fall into that?
I used to play running back, but I just wasn't enough, and I wanted to be a leader on the field, and I wanted to control the offense.
And you definitely are. I mean, what a start to the year for this guy. And coming from, obviously, Lake Minneola, transferring over to Eastridge this year, and having the pieces built around him. We talked a little bit about Tony Brown and a little bit about Lamar Garrison. Yeah. Lamar Garrison was one of the top freshmen last year in the entire state. And to have a guy like that, and to have Tony Brown come in and be able to throw to guys like that, that's got to be really encouraging for your quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really exciting. I think the biggest thing is just stressing when you got that much talent is it's not about me, it's about us. Mm-hmm. You know, we talk about that. I saw that, firsthand, even with our running backs. We have 3 amazing running backs that are there, with Darryl and Brian and Madera. And I remember seeing Brian come over to the sideline. He's like, "Coach, I'm so excited for Darryl and for Madera, man, getting those touchdowns." And I'm sitting there thinking, like, here's a kid who was on the 1-yard line, didn't get the touchdown, but his 2 buddies did. Mm-hmm. And I said, "Well, we tried to get you that run earlier." And he said, "I did my part." And when you hear a kid selflessly say, "Hey, I did my part," I mean, you're teaching them how to be young men. You're teaching them life. You're teaching them how to be a husband and a father, and a leader in the community in the future. Because when you could put others before yourself, and be excited about that, I think that we're doing a really good job on the character piece.
I think, just based off of that and based off of faith, too, I've seen a lot of teams praying before games. It's just great in the community. I mean, I've seen a lot of teams in Lake County really embrace that, Coach.
Yeah, and a lot of people know I'm a strong believer, not ashamed of my faith, but I do things the right way, I take a step back as a coach. Kids are a part of FCA. We have 300 or 400 kids every week, every Wednesday that's part of FCA. It's definitely student-led, team-led. We get done. Coaches, we separate. They go fishing, and they do their own thing. And then, if they're part of FCA, they go to that. And I think they've grown. That's what's amazing, is because they're doing that, and it's student-led. It's, and then us coaches on the back end, we're just looking back like, wow.
Yeah. Do you like to fish, Karon?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's the biggest fish you ever caught? You ever catch anything big?
I haven't caught anything big yet, other than bass, but I've been wanting to get more into it.
It's nice to kind of go out there and kind of chill with the guys and have that camaraderie, too. What's that been like, building chemistry with those guys?
I've hung out a lot with those guys. I love hanging out with them, doing activities, and just being around them. We have a lot of fun.
What do you like doing when you're not playing football?
I do like to watch TV, but I wanted to get into fishing a lot more.
Do you watch any college football? You got any kind of role models that you like to
Yes.
that you like to follow?
I liked this past season. I like Cam Ward a lot.
Yeah,
but my favorite team is Oregon.
I love the Oregon Ducks, the high-flying offense that they bring over there every single year.
Yeah.
A lot of like kind of what you guys kind of are bringing this year, high-flying, just passing the ball down the field. That's a little bit of a change from years past. I mean, you had the quarterbacks in the past, but really this year you've been able to focus more on the pass game than the run game, because it's just a different dynamic when you have those kind of athletes to be able to pass to.
We made a commitment in the offseason that we wanted to be a team that could throw the ball and run the ball. And our big struggle, we've known how to run the ball. Our last 2 running backs went to, like I said, Uriah, he's up playing at, Division I college football, at Wagner, played at Kansas, got in the game. You got Darius Daly, who got in, up in Lenore Ryan, and they're both doing amazing jobs. And so we've known how to run the ball. Our commitment was, how do we throw the ball and be efficient with it? Mm-hmm. And when you look around Lake County, you look historically, I mean, Frank Scott's been one of the most, powerful offenses around when it comes to being able to have that balance and have that tempo, going. And so he came in. They have tempo. They throw the ball around, and it's all three levels. I mean, you got the deep ball, the intermediate routes, the short routes, the screen game, like a legit screen game.
Yeah.
And that neutralizes teams that want to blitz you all the time. You know, to get pressure on your quarterback, you got to be afraid of that screen game because it can make you pay big.
You mentioned Frank Scott obviously won 2 district championships for Eustis, had a pretty good season for Leesburg, and then obviously now with Eastridge High School. What's it been like to learn under him?
He's taught me a lot in the offseason. We like to watch a lot of film during the week, and he puts a lot of time into the film he watches.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you don't see behind the scenes that the team, because you see the team go out and they perform, but people have no idea how much film these kids have to watch, how many things go in the off season, the weight room, all of that commitment, Coach.
Yeah, this is out of this year 25, and I don't think I've worked this hard in my first 24. But I mean, we were watching film, you know, in the summer, in the spring. I mean, breaking down, doing team camp. You know, we hosted team camp, FCA team camp. We had, you know, Osceola, Apopka, Ocoee, Lake Nona, Tavares, you know, and ourselves there. And then, you know, we told our kids that we want y'all to know what it looks like, where we're trying to go. And so went to Mount Dora Christian Academy, and they had Lake Mary, and we went against Lake Mary, and you know, we scored, and we struggled a bit in that game, but man, it was a great wake-up call to say, hey man, we still got a lot of work to do. But we did really well in team camp against some of that tough competition, which has prepared us, I think, for where we're at.
I got to also give a shout out to Sebastian Gonzalez. What a kicker! I mean, to have a guy as accurate, he hasn't missed a kick this year. He's 7 for 7 for field goals this season, and he's also 24 for 24 in extra points. That's got to bode well for your confidence, especially when you get into the end zone. You know you're getting those extra points, Karan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he's been a solid kicker. I mean, he's a kid that you see all in the off season, literally at the rec fields, kicking nonstop in the rec fields, and see him and his dad out there just nonstop kicking, and it's pretty cool. Like I'll be riding by and I'll look like, is that? Yep, that's Sebastian. That's okay. He's out there kicking. And then we have Coach Gary Gottlieb, which is probably the most excited person I've ever seen in my life when it comes to special teams. Like we really take special teams serious. I mean, I think that it, to me, is a determining factor when it comes to those tight games. That really helped us. I mean, the Mount Dora game, I mean, special teams came up crucial in that game. That was a back and forth tight game. But special teams play came in crucial, and we went down and scored. So. Yeah.
And high school and special teams isn't always like the focus. And when you have a focus on that, it can be a game changer. Brad Willard came in a couple of weeks ago from South Lake High School, said the same thing about his kicker, Chris McKenna. It's a game changer when you have that situation, Coach.
Yeah, especially when, I mean, nowadays, the best thing for a defense is, even with the kickoffs, if you could do kickoffs, if you put an end zone, they're starting on the 20. They got to drive 80 yards every time.
Right.
I mean, you know, you give a short kickoff and the kid runs back to the 40. I mean that's a huge difference in high school sports. So having a good kicker is essential in today's sports.
What's been the best memory so far for Eastridge High School? You've played 4 games, including the fifth game so far in the preseason. What's kind of been your favorite memory so far?
My favorite memory is definitely hanging out with the old line outside of football. We like to have dinners on Sundays and spend time with each other.
That's awesome. That's great to have that kind of chemistry, because those are the guys that are going to protect him as well going forward.
And you know, and I love what he's saying, Brock, his dad, they do a dinner on Sundays, and the boys go over, and seeing the people in our community, you know, we have a special community down there in Claremont, and seeing the parents that go out of their way to feed these kids, to love on these kids, and to guide them and stuff is pretty special.
City of Champions for a reason.
Yeah,
it really is. We're going to take our first break here on the Sports Hub. We'll come back with more with Eastridge High School football next.
Is pain or restricted range of motion keeping you on the sidelines? Get back in the game with expert orthopedic care from UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics provides robotic-assisted surgical joint repairs and replacements, post-operative care, and inpatient rehabilitation services, all close to home, right here in Lake and Sumter counties. And for those unexpected injuries, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics offers convenient walk-in and same-day appointments. To learn more or to schedule an appointment with one of their specialists, call 352-323-5665.
Hey, everybody, we are back here on the Sports Hub Podcast talking with Bryce Burchfield and Donnie Burchfield, the head coach of the East Ridge High School football team. Donnie, coming into 2025, this is your senior year, your final year of high school football. Coming in, you've started off 4-0. The defense has been fantastic this season. Let's talk a little bit about the defensive effort. You guys have only let up 31 points through 4 games this season.
So for this year, we've been trying to build our chemistry much better, and our goal is to play for the name on the front of your jersey rather than the name on your back. So,
what's been the main change from last year?
Definitely work ethic and chemistry, because without chemistry and work ethic, you're not playing as a team. So it definitely helps you when you're in game in those tough situations.
I mean, think about it, guys. This year, 178 points offensively and only 31 points given up defensively. That means that your defense has stayed off the field primarily and your offense has gone to work. That has to have helped the defense so far this year.
It has. I tell you one thing that's funny is, traditionally that is the case. Your offense is on the field, they're scoring, and you're off the field. But we've had 2 games where the defense, we score. We're so electric on offense. You're right back out there. And it's like, oh, my goodness. You had two running clocks. And so you get a running clock on the team, because you're so electric and you're putting in your 2s and building depth in the second half. That's been huge. But the defense has helped make that happen, And you go back to a really good game for us. I mean, a really good football team was Mount Dora. I mean, that running back, he's legit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Tymir's
a real deal, man. And he still had a great game, but our defense, they did exactly what they needed to do to give us an opportunity to win. I was very proud of that.
And they've continued to produce all season long. I mean, I think they gave up 28 points in that game, but everything else, I mean, they've only given up a couple of points here and there. But it's been a great start to the season. You get to play behind Malachi Stokes. He's a dude. 32 tackles this season and an interception. Talk a little bit about Malachi.
Mally, so he just came in this year, and I think he's a funny guy. But I've recently gotten just close to him and a lot of the guys that came in, and we've just built that chemistry over time, and it's just getting better as a team as well. And I think he's really about it too, because he's always locked in. He always tried to be a leader on the field and help everyone out, stay focused. So.
Yeah, and staying focused is something that this team you've really preached on and done this season, and I can see that. Obviously, the results speak for themselves. 4-0 to start the season, hopefully 5-0 by the next time you take the field. But he mentions Malachi having a physical player like that, a physical just specimen playing in the middle of the defense is fantastic.
It's phenomenal. Having somebody that'll come downhill that can tackle an open field. Make the plays that he's made has been phenomenal. I think the thing too is that Mally, they're all about 11 man to the ball, 11 hats to the ball. We stress that. Most teams stress that. What does that look like in practice? How do you replicate that? How do you really produce trying to get 11 hats to the ball? And you're not always gonna be perfect on it, but boy, that's got to be the standard. And he's definitely one of the first guys to the ball, and it's showing. In the results of how many tackles he has on the season and stuff.
Bryce, you're entering your senior year, coming into your final games here for high school football. Hopefully you guys can make a deep playoff run, and that's the plan this year. But what do you want to do in the future? What are you looking to do in the future?
Well, for me, my plan was to just enjoy the season. Obviously still work hard, and it goes into every aspect of my life with discipline, but my goal afterwards is to just strictly education and go to do mechanical engineering at UCF.
Mechanical engineering. So we were talking before we even got on the show. This guy, he's got a 4.8, approaching a 5.0 GPA. Extremely smart kid, academically gifted, also athletically gifted as well, as he's able to go out and play football. But talk a little bit about his off the field kind of success.
Man, doesn't sleep very much at night. Because actually he's my boy, so he's up at night doing homework constantly, doing those tough courses that a lot of kids, don't necessarily have to take until you get to college, but trying to do that to build his resume to go be an engineer. Getting in engineering school is tough as it is, but doing a AP calculus, going to college, should graduate with his AA degree. we stress that to all our athletes, how important academics are. We say grades equal, and then all the boys shout money. And we're not talking about money as in, oh man, I get grades and somebody gives me money. It's opportunity. Opportunities to go to college, opportunities to go to different trade schools, opportunities to, get more scholarship money. Because here's the deal, the landscape of recruiting has changed. And so not every kid's going to get a full ride Division I offer. But for some of those kids, those academics is a difference. Some of them are actually going to school for pretty much free because they took the academic piece serious and they were a good enough athlete to go play college football.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Huge difference. What got you into kind of engineering? Why do you want to do that?
Well, as a kid, like just simple things like Legos and stuff. Like I just like using my hands and building stuff. So I just think that it'd be a good idea to do that as a profession going on.
Yeah, it's a really cool profession as well. Obviously, takes a lot of schooling, a lot of brain power in order to build these buildings and designs and all sorts of different stuff that you have to do. But that's a really cool piece. What's been your favorite memory of high school football?
Oh, there's a lot. I don't really necessarily have a favorite one, but I do like just the chemistry with the team, no matter whether it's on the field or off the field, just going to different events with them. Like, it's just fun hanging out with them. So,
being that you're an upperclassman now, too, and you're coming into your senior year and in it now, what is your advice to younger guys? So, like some of the freshmen on the team, maybe some middle schoolers or pee-wee football players that are coming through the ranks?
My advice for the younger people would probably just be, I said it multiple times, but chemistry, because chemistry really goes a long way, and stay locked in as well. Try not to goof around too much. Like, I know you're in that young stage, but the more you lock in, the better you'll do. So.
And the better he's done each and every year. He's coming out this year and really contributing to this football team as well. I mean, you mentioned 15 tackles. I think he's second or third on the team in tackles, really having an impact defensively out there. And that's really important because you look at some of the guys, not only Malachi Stokes, but Gabriel Maldonado, 13 tackles, 2 fumble recoveries this season. So Gabe Maldonado, he's always there and kind of clogs the middle of the defensive lineup.
Gabe is a beast, and we got some young D linemen that are coming up too. But him and Davis Sikora has 4 block punts right now, which is I know it's a school record for us for sure.
That's just through 4 games.
That's just 4 games, four punt blocks. I'm just like, I mean, their attitude and effort. We talk to our kids all the time on defense and on offense. Attitude and effort, the 2 things they control. You control your attitude, you control your effort. We can't control that for you. If we do, on the field. If we have to, then you're probably not going to be on the field. If I have to control your attitude and your effort, you're not going to be doing what you need to be doing on the field. So defensively, they have that attitude. Gabe's, and they're silent leaders. Like, Bryce, very smart young man, 4.85 GPA. He's out there, but he's kind of like the brain that communicates to the sideline with Coach Wright. Calls into plays, he echoes it and stuff, helping make alignments and stuff. And then you got other kids like that, like Davis on the D-line and Gabe, like you mentioned. I mean, those guys are just super intelligent, too.
Yeah.
Our team GPA last year, and this is all our kids, was over a 3.5 average.
Wow.
And that's over 100 kids. So people talk about football and sports and stuff like that. We say we don't want to be the stereotypical football player. We want to be a student athlete that represents our school, represents the school district, and represents our community the way that we should.
And there's so many great people that have come out of East Ridge High School, whether it's athletes or whether it's in the academic field of things. There's been a lot of success. I mean, business entrepreneurs that have been able to build things. And a lot of these kids, I don't want it to get lost, but there's so much more than just sports and all of that. Academics, like you preach, is so important, Coach.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we try to tie everything we do on the field to what they do off the field.
Yeah.
We, at the end of the day, nobody's going to remember, as much as I love these first 4 wins, they're not going to remember the scores of those wins in 2 or 3 years. Yeah. But what they are going to remember is they're going to remember the person. They're going to remember the people. They're going to remember the camaraderie, like he said, that chemistry with one another. And so my goal always is for our football team is to create great young men that our community and Lake County can be proud of.
So going forward, you've got 6 regular season games left this season. What are the goals this year? Obviously, you want to. You could potentially win out. I'm not saying that's going to happen. You got a long season ahead of you. But what are the goals the rest of the season for you, Bryce?
For us as a team, like, it's just do your job. So if everyone does their job, things happen naturally, whether it's like, someone fills in the gap and the other guy gets the tackle. Like, the main goal is to not be selfish and just play as a team, and we always look forward, not in the past. So, yeah.
And a district championship is certainly in play this year. Do you know the last time East Ridge won a district championship?
Man.
I mean, it must have been.
It's been over a decade.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been to regional finals. I know they were in the regional finals in 2017. I know we went to the regionals when I was there underneath Bud in 11 and 12. So it was before that.
Yeah.
So it's been over a decade. So we've been stressing to our kids one game at a time. So right now, what are we talking about? 100% talking about rich community coming into our school. Good football team. We respect all our opponents when they come in. Man, I mean, it's a lot of work prepping for one team. It don't matter who it is. I mean, it's Florida. I mean, every team can get you any Friday. Like, you've got to be prepared. And we stressed this week, like, we want to continue learning how to practice like a playoff team. Mm-hmm. And so that was our conversation yesterday. After practice, I had a hard practice. We went out, me and my wife, and bought the whole team donuts. They had 2 shutouts, and so we went from we were going to get some Dunkin' Donuts and decided to go to Donut King. Got some big old donuts and gave them 2 donuts each for both the shutouts they've had. But we take time to celebrate and enjoy the moments, because a win in Florida is hard to get. Mm-hmm. I remember Coach Woolham told me a long time ago. I was coach up underneath. He said, "Son," I don't care how you get it. If you get one of them wins, you better enjoy it, because boy, they sure are hard to come by here in Florida." And it's so true. Mm-hmm. I mean, look at Mount Dora's schedule, man. I mean, people look at Mount Dora, man. That's a good football team.
Yeah.
That's a well-coached football team. Mm-hmm. Man, they had a brutal schedule the first 3 games. Mm-hmm. I mean, brutal schedule. But I wouldn't want to prepare for them again, unless I had to. But, and they're in the dogfight every week, But I expect them to win some football games this year. Tavares, Gavin, what he's doing over there. I mean, phenomenal defense. I mean, they fight to the end. One thing about them, you're going to get 4 quarters out of them.
Yeah.
You are going to get 4 quarters out of them. We've been stressing these things to our kids. We got to prepare every week for the game, and we've got to be ready to play 4 quarters.
Gavin's kind of that old school offense where he just grounds and pounds the ball.
Yeah,
and
man.
now you're going to prepare for them later this season. Obviously, it's 1 game at a time right now, but you're going to be playing them. That's going to be something that and also South Lake. South Lake's got a heck of an offense this year, and so that defensively, you guys are going to have to prepare for those 2 teams.
There's a lot of chatter, a lot of chatter about the South Lake game. I got great communication lines with Coach Brad Lohr. We have open conversations. We talk to each other probably once a week, every other week, something like that. A lot of respect. We love all the kids in our community. We always say, hey, we want every team in the county to go undefeated except for when they play us. I mean, that's what everybody wants, right? But I expect, he's got a lot of seniors on that team, and so when we get to that game, I expect it's going to be at their place. It's going to be a lot of energy. Oh, yeah. You got 2 teams that are probably going to be on the verge of going to the playoffs, hopefully. That's the goal. And it's going to be electric. I really believe that game's going to be standing room only at South Lake. I think the bleachers will be filled on both sides and people standing on the gates.
Gets chills just thinking about it. I mean, to have football like that back in Lake County, that's huge.
It is huge.
I know it's not that it went away from Lake County for a while, but you could theoretically put 5 to 6 teams in the playoffs this year in Lake County, not just in the FHSAA, but you're talking about the Sunshine State too.
Yes.
I mean, Umantilla's having a great year. So is First Academy Leesburg, who's an 8-man, along with a couple of other programs in the area. Real Life Christian Academy in Claremont having a great year. I mean, just talking about all of the great things that are going on in Lake County. I love to see it.
Yeah, and I think people have a misconception thinking that we don't support one another. Like, the reality is that we as coaches in Lake County this is the first year I can literally look around the county and say, man, all the coaches really do have a lot of respect for one another. Yeah. And we all do want to see each other succeed, and that's what community should want, And when we play those games against each other, we want our kids to go out and do our best. Like Bryce said, if we do our best and you lay it all on the field, you can't ask for no more than that out of these kids.
Bryce, obviously you hear that coming out of your father's mouth. You've grown up in this area. You've seen the highs, you've seen the lows of Lake County football. I feel like we're we're entering an era where Lake County's finally coming back into that high. What's it been like kind of to see that and see Lake County football kind of really thriving as it is right now?
Well, as a kid, I mean, it was always exciting seeing all these like good games in Lake County rivalries, and it kind of went away for a while, like you said. And the fact that it's coming back is not just good for all the teams, but it's good for the fans too. So, and I really enjoy seeing it come back. So
I really enjoy the big time games and the atmospheres as well. I missed a lot of that as well when it was into the down years. And not that it was, but there weren't always, you weren't going to get 5-6 teams into the playoffs. But now you're in kind of the golden era here of Lake County football. It's been fantastic to see all these teams doing really great things. So I'm so excited for what the future holds for you guys as well. So we're going to take one final break here on the Sports Hub. We'll come back with East Ridge High School, and we'll wrap up next.
Plaza Cadillac offers you the luxury of choice. Come test drive the all-new Optic, the standard all-wheel drive, 300 horsepower, and over 300 miles of electric range, starting from only $44,890. Enjoy 0.9% APR for 60 months on our best-selling Lyric EV, or take advantage of $1,500 savings and 4.4% APR on our fantastic lineup of gas SUVs and sedans. Plaza Cadillac in Leesburg. Our drive to be the best starts with you.
Hey everybody, we are back here on the Sports Hub talking with East Ridge High School football coach Donnie Burchfield. Want to really quick show some love out to South Sumter High School quarterback Landon Sherman. I know he suffered a very traumatic injury in this weekend's football game. So we're praying for Landon, and thoughts are with his family. And just got a photo, and he's back home. Landon's back home, so we're glad to see that, Coach.
We're really excited to hear that, because I mean the whole community, the whole football community is praying for him and his family. I mean, you think about South Sumter, you think about tradition, you think about a football that plays, team that plays as a family, and to hear that one of their young men got hurt like that, it breaks all your heart, all of our hearts. And so we're all praying. So to hear that, man, that gives me a little bit of chills, man. Just knowing,
Yeah, so many prayers went out. I mean, his father was just so. We put out a post on Lakes and Sumter Style magazine. It blew up. I mean, Jordan Travis reached out to him. You had D1 football players reaching out to the kid, and he's a smart kid, just like Bryce is. Bryce Burchfield, high IQ student. He's going to do great things in the future. But to have that kind of love and support, these kids need love and support in this day and age.
Yes, they do. I mean, I looked at my football team, and half my boys, they're living in either a single parent family or a blended family, and and they're what does it mean to be a man or a woman, and to have people in your corner that's always keeping you in mind, encouraging you, pouring into you, it's huge. And I'm gonna tell you, South Sumter does a really good job of that. I mean, everybody knows that. Those coaches, they love those boys over there, and our community loves them. Our hearts are still with him as he continues to recover, and we wish him nothing but a full recovery. And I'm going to be really excited to see you posting in the future of him running back on that football field and representing the Raiders.
One final question I have for you, Coach. Obviously, what makes a successful season for you guys this year? Because wins and losses will come. Obviously, you want a district championship. You want to make a run in the playoffs. But what defines a successful season for you?
For me, seeing our young men graduate and go off to college and go to trade school and do something with their life beyond high school is always our priority one. Measurable goal for us as a football program, as far as that goes, we would like to go to the playoffs. I mean, that's our goal. We want to make the playoffs, and we're going to take it 1 week at a time and see if we can get there.
Been quite a few years since East Ridge has been to the playoffs, so could get it done this year.
It could happen. I would say it. We don't like to say could. We don't like doubt. We don't like the word doubt. So we're going to say it will happen, as long as we do our job and take it one play, one rep at a time. We tell our boys, and I heard this a long time ago, from University of Georgia. I'm a big Bulldog fan. It said that each rep is a job interview. Each rep. And that's not just in the game. That's on the practice field. That's in the classroom. that's everything we do. Like every rep's a job interview. It prepares you for life. So we hope if they do that and do it really well, I think we have a chance.
Absolutely. Coach, I want to thank you for coming on to our program. We really appreciate it. I want to thank our partners as well that make the Sports Hub possible. UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics, Plaza Lincoln, and Plaza Cadillac. We'll see you on the next edition of the Sports Hub next week.
This has been the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.